Hey, my name is Matt Giovanisci, and I'm hijacking Sean's channel. I'm going to show you everything that I've learned on how to build affiliate sites. I have Swim University, I have Brew Cabin, I have Money Lab. Sean has Slightly Pretentious, which he just came out with. He has Location Rebel, he has Breaking 80. We're just going to show you how to build those things, and guess what? It only took us 17 years to do it, and we're going to show you how to do it in 17 years. Why? What do you...
Matt, nobody wants to spend 17 years building a niche site. How about 72 hours? 3 days? Can you teach someone to do it in 3 days?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
So we'll go with that?
Yeah.
Okay,
Fine.
go.
Fine. I'll show you how to do it in 3 days at the end of the video, and let's roll that clip that I actually made.
Okay, so here's the thing. Matt, who just introduced himself, he's one of the smartest guys I know. He's built 3 ridiculous niche affiliate sites. Literally, he is the guy I go to when I need business advice. So listen to what he has to say today. And if you're lucky, I might have some slightly helpful things to interject as well. Okay? Matt,
Yes,
you have 3 niche sites.
I do.
I have 3 niche sites.
I know.
Between the two of us, we have wildly varying, we have made money in all sorts of different ways.
Yeah.
So let's start from scratch. For the person that's like, I want to start a niche affiliate site. How do you pick a topic? How did you pick the topics for your 3 sites?
I didn't choose Swim University. Swim University chose me.
Yeah, that was your background.
Yeah,
you did that through like teenage years, worked in a pool store.
Yep. And I was just like, oh, I know how to talk about
How to do
pools.
this. Great.
Married it with a website idea. Boom.
Can you actually make money in pool care?
Yeah.
I got my pool hose, vacuum and skimmer, and lots of chemicals to make the water sparkle and glimmer. I'm like a neat freak, fresh off the winter street, busy tweaking cam levels, fixing every pool leak, 'cause that's how I do it, son.
Who would have thought?
Yeah.
Okay.
So Money Lab was just like, so not to say Money Lab first, but I did Brew Cabin,
Okay.
which I'm a home brewer as
Okay.
well, so I brew beer.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, I want to do a site about that. And I had a site called Roasty Coffee. I liked coffee, did a site about that.
Love it.
And then Money Lab is the byproduct of all of those things, kind of like funneled into one.
So do you think
thing.
it's important to start a niche site around something you love? Or is it just something you know a lot about?
You answer that, because you know that's...
Okay,
like,
so for me,
all
for
your
me
stuff is
personally,
that.
all of my stuff, I
Yeah.
have Location Rebel, which is about travel and entrepreneurship.
Right.
I try and help people build a business that makes $3 to $5 grand a month. That's all we're trying to do.
Yeah,
on
but
this
how did
channel.
you come up with Location Rebel? Like,
So
did that choose you as well? Were you a
it chose,
13-year-old
yeah.
boy?
I was in a finance job and miserable, and then hit the recession, and I moved to Thailand, and I just started blogging about my quarter-life crisis.
Really?
Yeah, that's what I called it. I wrote about all the most random stuff until finally, kind of like niched down. I was doing a lot of freelance writing, freelance SEO.
Why Location Rebel? What was the Rebel part?
So my original site, you may not know this. If you're a new viewer, you may not know this. The site was originally called Location 180 because I wanted to do a 180-degree turn in the direction of my life.
Oh, so you really had like a crisis.
It was a thing, yeah.
Yeah.
And then there was another dude back in the day, back in like 2009. He had a site called Wage Slave Rebel. Not a thing anymore.
Yes, good.
So we had this idea. We're like, let's create a forum for people that are going through their quarter-life crisis. We'll call it, you see where I'm going with this?
Yes.
Location Rebel.
Got it.
And that kind of floundered, but I love the name, and so he disappeared off the face of the earth. And I was like, I'm taking that name, and
He's a true rebel.
he's a true rebel. And so that's how I came up with it. Breaking 80, it's a golf term. So
Right.
I had never broken 80 on the golf course, so I was going to try and do that. Slightly Pretentious, my new cocktail site.
Yeah.
Let's be real.
That's your thing. You're trying
I'm
to...
slightly pretentious.
Well, you give me the cocktail stuff, and I give you the beer stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's fair.
Yeah.
So if you want to start an affiliate niche site, it's got to be something you're passionate about, something you can write a lot about.
Because you're going to be the one writing it.
You're going to be the one doing it.
Right, and it's like I can write about pools, I can write about home brewing, I can write about what I do with Money Lab. So it's really, Money Lab is the easiest one to write for because all I'm doing is writing about like this. I'm just writing the shit that I talk about all the time.
Totally.
So I can't imagine trying to write for a site that you know nothing about, nor do you care about.
Okay.
Not that I believe you should start a business around your passion. Like I don't believe like
Yeah.
just realize like if you're gonna be the one writing and and like you're like, I don't know about you, but do you still write?
Yeah.
On all your sites?
I do.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah. I mean, I again, not a writer, don't like writing. Eventually started hiring out, but I do write on Money Lab. So like, you know, and in the, you know, in the early days of Swim University and, well, just Swim University, it was like I wrote all of those articles. Like I was writing about pool algae, and I could write about it because it was just, I knew it.
All right, so I suckered Matt into doing this video. He didn't know when he showed up at my place that this is what we're gonna be doing. But step number 1, find something you love to do and you can write about. But a lot of people get hung up on choosing a name, choosing a domain, so that's what we're gonna go talk about next. How do you find the perfect domain, and do you even need the perfect domain? Because the answer might surprise you.
So you know what Matt wanted to do for this video? He wanted to make it a French themed thing where there was like French music and we were walking around and doing Frenchy things and pretending like we were in Paris. How stupid is that?
All right, so what do you think about choosing a brand name?
Oh, well, like a brand name or a domain name.
Yeah.
You know, same
thing.
I think .com or .co, nothing else. All of my, I mean, I wish moneylab.co was .com, but some guy wants like 30 grand for it, and I'm not willing to pay that much for it. Plus, I ranked #1 for Money Lab anyway. Like, why would I need that .com? But I just think that you should spend some time, pick a domain name that'll work, or a brand name that'll work for the future. So you have to think like, well, when I started Swim University, it was, you know, I could have been like Pool University, but then I wanted to get into hot tubs because that was like, they kind of go hand in hand. And what if I wanted to get into like backyard stuff and like patio furniture or whatever? So I just picked I picked Swim University, and ironically, like, I don't know why I chose university when I actually didn't go to a university or college at all. So maybe that was my secret jab to the man, but that wasn't the actual reason.
Okay, so I love how you chose Swim University rather than Pool University because you wanted to expand. So right now, I started slightly pretentious.
Right.
It's about cocktails and cocktail travel, but I chose that because I wanted to open the door for other, you know, high-end travel, cigars, watches, travel hacking, all
home
stuff
decor?
that home. You never know. I'm leaving the door open.
All right.
So you've got your idea, you've got your domain. Now, how do you actually build the site? How do you technically create your new niche site and create something easily that...
All right, I'm just gonna do it. I got it. All right, first, you're gonna use WordPress only. Then you're gonna pick WP Engine to host WordPress on, because that's what I use. Use WP Engine. You're gonna use Cloudflare to actually make your site really fast. And I have a WordPress theme called Carbonate that you can set up in like 2 seconds. And that's all you need. Sorry.
Bogarting my show here. And so there's gonna be links below to all of that. So don't get hung up on all the technical stuff. Just do what's been proven to work, which is really what he just said. Keyword research. That's what's next.
Keyword research.
We're going to talk about keyword research next. Okay, so keyword research. Every article you write should have a keyword associated with it, something that people are actually searching for in Google. You want to make sure that the things you're writing about are actually getting searched for, and you also want to make sure that there's not so many people trying to rank for that same thing that you're never going to have any chance of succeeding with it. So every article I write, no matter if it's on Breaking 80, Location Rebel, Slightly Pretentious, I will have a keyword in mind that I am trying to rank for, that I'm trying to get traffic for. But for as easy as it seems, keyword research is not necessarily the easiest thing to do. Fortunately, I know an expert. Matt, can you come over here?
Yeah. Sorry.
Said he was an expert at keyword research, not
walking.
Not walking.
Yeah.
Okay, you're the expert. So, I mean, we could literally not only do a whole video on this, we could do a whole course on this.
I just have my way of doing it.
So how do you...
My way is I find competitors that, you know, in my niche, and I type them into my favorite keyword research tool, Ahrefs,
SEM Rush. SEM Rush.
At Ahrefs, and I find out what keywords they're ranking for, and then I take them and I also rank for them. It's that simple.
How do you rank for them?
Oh, well, then I do some competitor research, which I go and I actually type in that keyword into Google, and I go and open up a tab for every single of the top 20 search results, and I just scan the page and I find out like, oh, what are they, questions are they answering? What are they talking about? And then I kind of like piece them all together, do some like curation, like what do I think people want to know, and then build an entire article around that.
How about this?
Okay.
What makes a good keyword?
Oh, what makes a good keyword? In my opinion, on Ahrefs, if you find a
SEM Rush.
Ahrefs, if you find a keyword, you put it in, and you see what the difficulty is. If the difficulty is below a 20, well, 20 out of 100, I think that's pretty decent, and it has to have high search volume, and I picked somewhere over 1,000 searches a month. You can do as low as 250, but anything lower than that I wouldn't choose. So I do, low difficulty, high search volume, and then you prioritize, you make a huge list of all these keywords, you prioritize them based on like low difficulty, high volume, and then you just start writing articles based on those keywords.
All right, you're done.
Slippery, dude.
This is slippery. This got real slippery.
Drink. How do you write?
Better than you.
I know. That's the truth.
So I can generally write pretty quickly. So with Breaking 80, it's a review site.
Mm-hmm.
So there's really only 4 types of posts that I write. How-to posts, best posts,
Right.
list posts, like top 10, whatever.
And you're writing these.
And I'm writing these.
Mm-hmm.
And then personal content.
How do you keep going? Like, I get your gung-ho, you start a website, your first article, you're like, yeah, how to, whatever. How do you do the second one? How do you do the third one? How do you keep the momentum going? Like, how do you not, like, slow down? Or how do
one, once you've got your formula, like, with each post, I know I'm going to have this section, I'm going to have this section, I'm going to have this section, and then it gets a lot easier to write it. So when I'm reviewing the product and I'm using the product, okay, I take notes or whatever, and then it's just a matter of translating my notes into a blog post.
Wow, so you write notes.
I
Like a good student.
I write them on my phone. So writing for me, especially when you're writing for an affiliate site or a review site or whatever, I break it into phases. It's basically phase 1 is research. I'll take notes, research product, use the product, and for like slightly pretentious, that's fun. It's like maybe I'm reviewing a bourbon or reviewing a cocktail. So I'm making the cocktail. That's kind of cool. Like breaking.
You'll write the next day.
Yeah.
Right.
So then it'll be notes, review. Then it'll be rough draft. And I'll try and just get everything out. I won't worry about links. I won't worry about grammar. I'm just trying to get, take my outline, take my notes, get it.
Okay.
And usually, sometimes I will spend the time to actually outline what the post looks like.
Okay.
Take the notes, turn it into an outline, then write.
Okay.
Then I'll go back to the final draft where I'm trying to, I'm adding photos, I'm adding all the links, I'm adding backlinks to the rest of my site. So that's how I approach writing. And I think if you're just starting out with a niche site, I think it's really important that you schedule time. You've got a long list of articles. So we have kind of 2 ways of looking at this. You look at it from a keyword perspective.
Well, I start there.
So you start there.
Right.
So you say, you were telling me before, 100 keywords. You need to find 100 keywords to make it a viable niche site.
I believe so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
it's a great place to start.
Yeah, it's a great place to start. I approach it from the article writing standpoint. So I tell people, you need to write down 50 article ideas. And if you can't come up with 50 article ideas, then chances are you're either not knowledgeable enough or not passionate enough to continue this forward.
Yeah.
And so I think that's a good combination. Come up with 100 good keywords, 100 articles around those, start writing. Okay, here's the thing. I've got a brand new site, slightly pretentious.
Yes.
I'm writing, we're starting to put content out there, but obviously I want traffic. Still a brand new site, haven't really told anyone about it except for the video we did last week, so it started a little bit. Gets a little bit of search traffic, but
how much?
It gets maybe 30, 40 views a day from search.
Okay.
My thought is that you need a bunch of backlinks. Has that been your experience with your niche sites?
No. I don't believe in building backlinks.
Okay. So that's contrary to everything
I know.
most people know. So why do you say that?
Well, because I did it for years and then got, the shit kicked out of me when I would pay.
Well, you were doing super spammy article spinning backlinks.
That's true.
You can't, like, I don't think you can say backlinks mean nothing.
They don't mean nothing.
But you're saying you can take a brand new affiliate site,
Yes.
write good content, and that's all you have to do to be successful.
Because that's how you get backlinks. When you actually write good content. Google, look, I always say, like, Google is smart. Google is literally like a person now that, like, can look at a website and go, like, yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Right? They have machine learning, they have AI, and then that's what they're doing. They're profiling websites. So if you, like, for example, like Brew Cabin, we just started it. Brew Cabin has, like, it has backlinks now because we wrote stuff, but we never built a backlink. Like, I never went out and said, like, hey, will you link to my website, please, so I have this vote?
Right.
I just published articles. I think we have like 45 articles.
Okay.
And now we're getting 40,000 visitors a month by not building backlinks, just by putting out.
There's also a difference, because I've really never built backlinks with any of my stuff.
Sure.
Like, I've maybe done some guest posts.
Right, but backlinks happen.
Backlinks happen.
Right.
So,
Right.
so if you're step one,
Yeah.
I've published 30 posts.
Yes.
I've not told a single person about this.
Yeah, it's fine.
Google basically hasn't found me yet.
It should. No, that's insane. That's
Google will find
literally
you?
their job. Yes. And you can help them find you. And they don't really need to do this anymore, but if you install a plugin like Yoast SEO on WordPress, which is the one I recommend, it'll build you a sitemap, and then you can set up Google Search Console, and you can submit that sitemap, and then every time you publish a new article, it's immediately indexed in Google.
And if you write really good content, you think Google's smart enough to...
I know that they are, because that's all we've ever... I don't even have... like with Brew Cabin, we didn't have any social media accounts. We didn't email anybody.
Yeah.
So we were just publishing articles,
That's
and
it.
and that's it. And then we were just starting to rank. So I don't know what to tell you.
There you go.
Yeah.
So for all those people, you're like, I'm starting a blog. I'm not going to rank. This isn't going to work.
I will say,
Please.
and I've not tested this, and I don't know if this is true or not, but I do believe it. If you were to build backlinks, I think you could rank higher faster.
Yes.
But but here's the thing. If my time is, I'm obviously have so many hours in a day, am I going to send a bunch of emails out to people to be like, please link to my article, or write a new, better, awesome article? I'm going to do the latter. I'm going to write more, because that's the thing that not everyone is going to be able to do. And anyone can send out a bunch of emails, and also I don't want to be that guy. I don't know if you. I'm sure you've gotten or emails from people like, please link to my infographic, please link to my website.
He has no idea.
So, like, do you want to be known as that?
No, I
person
don't,
who does
and that's
that?
why
Yeah,
I've never done that.
Right, and I don't want to either. So that's why.
Okay. Moral of the story:
Right.
content is truly king.
Still is. Okay. Here's how you're gonna do it. And this is like basically taking 17 years of my life and distilling it down to what I would do in 72 hours if I were gonna recreate everything that I built. So the first thing I would do is pick a topic that I'm interested in. Very easy to do. You can do that in a single day. I mean, you're probably interested in some right now. That's fine. Then you're going to pick a domain name. Don't spend too much time on it, but sit down with at least one other person and just start spitballing ideas. And you can come up with stuff to set up the website. I recommend using Carbonate. That's my WordPress theme that I took years in my life and years of building all these websites and kind of like made this is my kind of theme for everything. I use WP Engine because that's so easy to set up. I think it starts at like $30 a month, maybe $35 a month, and you can go up from there, and it's scalable, which is great. And then I use Cloudflare to make everything fast. So those three things, that's your stack, that's how you set it up. Just do those things, don't listen to anybody else. But if you do, fine, you're just gonna get confused, but you just do those things. Once you have that set up, then you're gonna need to create the articles. You have to write and 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 write, take pictures, multimedia, all that stuff. And what I recommend is to go out there, find who your competitors are in your space, put those competitors into a site like Ahrefs, see what they're ranking for, make a list of keywords, make a list of articles, at least 100, and then just sit down and start writing and publishing on WordPress and just getting that content out there. Google will find you, and in at least 6 months to a year, you will start ranking for things. You can add affiliate links to those things to start making money. You can start building your own products to start making money, and you could do that all really in probably 48 hours if you were really ambitious, but 72 hours to give yourself some time if you have a full-time job or if you have a family that you need to deal with. You know, that's, if I could do it probably overnight now, but I think that's just how you got to do it. I mean, just, and once you get all that stuff out of the way, all the technical stuff out of the way, then just writing is going to take you the longest, and that's the part you got to get to as fast as humanly possible.
All right, so there you go. That's how you build an affiliate niche site in a weekend. That's exactly what I would do. Everything Matt has taught us in this video, that is exactly what I would do if I were starting another niche site, which I kind of am starting another niche site with Slightly Pretentious, and that's exactly what I've been doing. All right, with that, I'm out. We got new videos every Monday and Thursday. Make sure to hit subscribe, hit that notification bell so you're notified every time we got a new video. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. That lets me know that, well, you like the video and to make more videos like this. So, hope you have a great day. We'll see you soon. Peace.